Hi friends, welcome back to episode 26 of Seriously Kind Sundays.
A Journey Through Kindness brought to you by the Family Dump Truck Company.
I'm Abigail.
I'm Riley, and welcome to the show, Dad.
Hi, Dad.
Hey guys, what's going on? Good morning.
We have some
What do we got going on here today?
sauce.
Yeah, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have some 6, 7 saws.
Oh, we do. We have several different cutting devices here. We're going to talk about all these here because we got a big job ahead of us here today. Hi friends, welcome back to Seriously Kind Sundays, episode 26 now. 26 episodes these guys have been doing. I'm so proud of them. These guys are doing fantastic. Yes, sir.
So, how many kindness acts have we done?
Well, 20.
Well, I think we did math. I think we.
25 times 3
Yeah.
equals 70 plus.
No, 75. We went through this exact same exercise
75.
on the last video.
75 plus 6, maybe 70.
Yeah, we'll help you figure that one out after. But anyway, we're going to talk about some things here.
Yeah, like some saws.
Exactly. So,
We
on
have so many saws around us.
Yep. So on Friday we had 2 massive loads of firewood delivered here, or I should say not firewood, but logs delivered here to our home. I'm going to say all in all, we probably somewhere between, I'm going to say maybe 10 cord worth of firewood log length, maybe 12, something like that. I'm not quite sure, but there were 2 completely full log trucks of logs. And I'm going to go out on a limb and I'm going to say, judging by, this is the last piece that we have sitting here in the driveway, and I'm actually going to process this here. I'm going to say that this probably weighs probably a couple thousand pounds. We're going to measure it up here in a minute, but this is an oak tree, and I'm going to say that we probably had some storm damage because looking at the wood here, it looks like it's grayed, which means that it's been open and exposed for a while.
Got in it, and then bugs just.
We had a big windstorm here last weekend,
Yep.
and I'm going to say that there's probably some damage here. It looks like it's split, but anyway.
Why does that one look so different than that one?
Well, we're going to talk about that. So
because that one is a little bit smaller than this one because it's a little bit newer.
right, exactly. So why don't you turn around? Why don't you face your viewers? I'm going to talk here for a few minutes, and then we're going to have some engagement with you guys. Okay?
And then
Awesome.
And then
Or I might get cut right off again. We'll see.
Yeah.
Rambling Riley. So anyway, so we have this large piece here in the driveway, and in fact, I'm going to take just a quick measurement, and right over here, 50 inches.
Wow, 50
50 inches of red oak.
Wow.
And any of you guys that actually
Dad,
do
you have to
What?
do it. You have to do it that way, and then you times it, and that's how much square feet.
You are correct. You are correct. That is right. If we want to figure out square feet, and if we wanted to figure out, square feet, because we can convert it, and then we can figure out our volume. But anyway, so what we're going to talk about here today, amongst a couple of other things, we're going to talk about the right tool for the job. Yes, sir?
Come around.
Yeah, you want to come around? Come around. All right. So give me a couple of minutes. I want to go over a couple of things with our viewers, okay?
This feels small.
So sometimes we talk about turn around, face your viewers. There you are. We talk about the right tool for the job, right? So I thought today, with the size of this log here, this is probably one of the biggest logs that we've ever had to process here at the house, all right? And I thought maybe this might be a great topic of conversation about how do we handle something like this, all right? So we brought out some different tools. We have a utility knife.
What's that stuff on that saw?
It's okay, Riley. Let's talk with our viewers here for a few minutes, okay?
Looks like this.
Yep. So Abigail, what do we have? We have a utility knife. We're not going to open it, but
Yeah.
that's a utility knife. What do you think we would use a utility knife for?
You know how like you cut those like white things that cover the pallets so the water doesn't get in, so like the ice and the water?
Yes, that would be
Cut
this.
that. You could cut cardboard.
Oh, I know.
Yeah.
What do I sharpen for you guys from time to time? Your what?
The pencil.
That's right. We sharpen pencils, right?
And
So, who-
I know a really good one.
What's that? So good. The suspense is killing me. All right.
Roots.
Yep.
If there's like heavy roots and you can't cut them with like scissors or anything, a utility knife is a great tool to use when it's like a really thick root.
It all depends. It all depends.
It
All right,
always
so-
depends.
Yeah. All right. So let's get back to some of these tools here, right? So who thinks that we would use a utility knife
I know.
for cutting this log?
I
No.
No.
Exactly. Okay,
Yeah.
so we're gonna move on to the next
Because,
tool.
Dad, if you were to cut this whole big log, it would take about 29,000 hours, or even more.
We're gonna
Because,
check the
like,
math on that after the
because-
show and see where
Dad,
29,000
look,
hours gets us.
Because, Dad, look,
Okay.
you could use that to cut this whole thing.
Yes,
but you
and we're
can't
going to.
use a knife like this to cut it.
All right.
So you could probably use that
Come on over here. Come on over here.
because that is very sharp.
Listen, look at me. I love your thoughts and I love your ideas. Can I talk for just a
Yeah,
few
yeah.
minutes? All right, thanks, pal. The next saw that we have here, guys, is called. Anybody know what this is called?
Maybe a back saw?
Nope. Nope. Back saw is going to be the next saw here. This is called a coping saw. Okay. And if anyone
you
is.
never taught us that kind of saw yet,
Yeah,
Dad.
this is sharp right here, okay?
Yeah,
and if
yeah.
anybody's used to doing any type of trim or finish work, right? I use this whenever I'm doing a cut on, say, some baseboard or some molding, and I want to be able to make a relief cut. This was not used when we made the sideboards.
Dad.
This was used whenever I did a lot of baseboard and trim work on the inside of our home.
You're probably thinking.
So who thinks we would use a coping saw for cutting this log?
No.
we're not going to use a coping saw.
You'll probably break that if you use that.
Yeah.
Exactly. All right, the next one here, Abigail, I think you had it right. Nope, we're gonna use this one.
Back saw.
Yeah, exactly. This is a back saw. Okay.
Dad, it kind of reminds me, you know how when you go to a school and you see those bricks and there's little white lines in them, I think maybe you use that for
No, I think you're thinking of a trowel. I think you're thinking of a trowel. That's for the
'Cause it
mortar
looks
in between
so
the courses of bricks, right? Exactly. So this is a really
screw undone.
yeah. Hold on. Well, I'm going to show you. Right. So this is a really neat saw here, guys. I'm going to step up close here for a second. Right. We can change the orientation of the saw. Okay, just by pushing in this button. There's a spring release. We can bring this around here like this, right? Yep. So we take this here, come around, and it just swings right there. Okay.
But isn't that kind of the same thing?
It is, but I'm going to show you guys what we use this for, okay? So, or I'm not going to show you, but I'm going to explain. So, going back to doing trim work and baseboard and so forth, whenever we've installed doors in our home, and we've done some flooring, okay?
Like wooden doors.
Yep.
You have to use those to make them.
Exactly. So let's say, for example, if you had the jamb from the side of your door coming down to the floor, and you had to be able to make a cut to install some new flooring to go underneath it, this here rides right along the floor.
It's
And you
very
cut
flat.
just like, exactly, it's, that's exactly it, it's flat.
So Dad,
So if you want to do a left,
all the doors were locked and there was a wooden door, you can just slide in, shove it up, quickly run, then you had to cover your ears. It would
Exactly.
be very loud.
I'm with this guy. But what's great is,
But that
Yep.
flat one's
Go
to
ahead.
the left, and then you swing
Ex-
to the right.
you got it.
Now you don't have to buy so many.
Exactly. One tool is universal for both a left-hand jam or a right-hand jam. All right. So anyway, this is called a back saw. How many people?
Back saw because do you know why it's called
The
a back?
back move to the front.
Or some might call it flush cut. I'm not
Because,
sure,
like-
but
Because Dad, watch.
what? Do you think you can push that in? Do you need a little bit of help? Watch your fingers. See, that's why you're wearing those special gloves. You can swing it right around.
Yeah, because
like that.
Dad, do you know why it's called a back saw? Because you just swing the back right into the front, swing the front right into the
Well, I'll tell you what, I'm going to have you reach out to Stanley Works of New Britain, Connecticut, and ask him if that's why it's called a back saw, okay? But, so, how many...
I can't call people. I don't have a phone yet.
oh,
And
okay.
I'm not old enough to.
You're right. You don't have a phone yet.
But
You're not old enough.
I can still say hello to people that I know.
Yes, you can.
Yeah.
All right, so let's get back to the back saw. How many people think we would use a back saw for cutting this log? 2 thumbs down. No.
Yeah, because Dad,
You'll break it.
Yeah.
you would break it just like
No, let's not focus on that. Let's focus on...
that.
Yeah, exactly. All right, so let's get in.
It's just like that because it has metal.
Who thinks he should take over the show?
Okay, Dad, I'll let you talk. Okay.
It's okay. So let's get into the next saw,
Oh,
okay?
yeah,
So this one here,
Dad, I know that saw. I have a mini kind right
in
on-
your workbench inside the house?
Yeah.
Yep.
But it's just like
So we're gonna. So this here is called a sheath. We're gonna take the sheath off, okay? We're gonna put this right. Exactly. So this here, guys, is called a crosscut saw. All right. This is a small crosscut saw. Okay. I'm gonna bring this over here. Yep. All right. And you can see the teeth on here. Okay.
Yeah, I know.
Are exactly for that. They're for cross cutting across the grain. Okay. So let's come back around here. So we would use a crosscut saw. Okay. If let's say, for example, if we had to cut a piece of 2x4 or 2x6, or maybe a piece of 3/4 inch or 1 inch pine or something like that, okay? That's what we would use this here for, all right? This is gonna be interesting, guys. What's going on? What do you wanna do? Oh, you wanna put up your hood?
Yeah.
All right, I'll help you. What, are you getting a little chilly willy? Let me put this down for just a second here. Boom, boom. All right.
Can kids use that?
Kids can use this, okay? And this is what's great, okay? Kids can use this with what kind of a supervision?
Adult.
All right, adult supervision.
Trusted adult.
A trusted adult, all right? Can teach their kids how to use a crosscut saw, okay? Is a saw sharp and dangerous? Yes, it is. But whenever it's in the hands of someone that knows how to use a tool like this, and they're skilled, and they can use it correctly and they can be safe, this is an excellent tool for helping you to get a job done, okay? Stand right here for just a second. I'm gonna show our viewers something, okay? So I'm right-handed, okay, guys? And whenever I use this saw, I use it with my right hand, okay? And we're not gonna get into the proper way of how to be able to use a saw right now, but I love this saw. This saw fits very comfortably in my grip, in the palm of my hand. And whenever I start off a cut, okay, I always pull back on the saw first before I start to go into my forward stroke, into my power stroke, okay? And I always use my thumb as a guide. So I take my left hand, I put it on top of my workpiece, I use my thumb as a guide, I pull back, and then I start and I get in to my stroke, okay? And we can get into some of this stuff in other videos, all right? But anyway, this is one of my favorite tools in the shop, is a handsaw.
Oh, Dad.
I love it.
Oh, Dad.
Yeah.
I'm probably doing
I'm gonna put that back.
different because
Put that back in the sheath.
I think I do it very different. I just go like this, then pull back, then this, then pull back. I don't like go back first. I just go
back and forth. All right. I'm gonna come around here. We're gonna talk about the next saw. Okay.
I know which next saw it is.
Yeah.
I remember.
This.
I remember. Dad, remember?
What's this called?
Dad, I know.
What?
Dad, I think I remember.
If anyone watched any of our other videos, you might have saw that in one of them.
Saw. We saw a saw. Ba-dum.
Dad.
Good
Dad,
job.
So, Dad.
What? Can I talk about this for a second?
There are
It's what?
two different kinds of saws. You see, like bird, and then like there's.
Right. So saw would be past tense. I saw a bird.
I saw a bird.
Yeah. And it flew away.
Cut with my saw.
Oh, there he goes.
Dad.
Yes. All right. So no, right. Careful, because these will fall. So what we have here, guys, is we have a circular saw. Okay.
Oh,
now this.
Yeah, because it's circular.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Now, yep. This is a little bit different than a normal circular saw. Sometimes people might call them a sidewinder saw or a power saw. A more universal term is called a circular saw, okay? But I'm gonna show you something that's very unique and very different about this particular saw, okay? This saw is what you call a left-hand saw, okay?
Oh, because it's on the left side.
That's right. I worked with a great man many, many years ago, a master carpenter. His name is Frank. I can say that because there's many Franks in this world, all right? If you're watching, you know who you are. He owned one of these saws, okay? It was made by Skill. This one here is made by Rigid, but it has a unique drive system on it. It has a worm gear drive. So there's actually inside here a worm gear that drives this particular blade. It's different than a regular circular saw,
Kind of
okay?
like a gear,
It has,
and then it's attached to it, like
Yep.
where that thing is, and then
exactly, and
when
it
you
spins
press-
around
and
like
then when
this.
you press down
There's a
on
lot
that
more
thing,
torque
Then when you press down on that thing, and
on a
this-
trigger.
Yeah, on the trigger, and this thing is plugged into the wall, then that thing starts turning.
That's right. But one of the reasons that I love this is because when I hold the saw in my right hand, I have the blade on the left-hand side. And if I'm cutting a piece, if my left hand is here and I'm cutting a piece here, I can watch my line so much better than if I had a circular saw where I'm leaning over the top of it like this. This here, I can hold this in my right hand. It has a lot of weight behind it. It almost will pull itself through whatever it is that you're cutting. It's a phenomenal tool. I highly recommend these over a conventional circular saw. This is also another one of my favorite tools in the shop.
Okay,
How many people think we would use a circular saw to cut this tree?
No.
Exactly.
You need one. Okay, Dad.
Yes.
You need
Dad,
these.
And we're even going to talk about the differences between these two here, right?
Oh, because I want to.
Viewers.
No.
Oh, we're not watching our viewers.
I want.
Yes.
So one difference.
Come around here.
One difference is that this is a 28-inch.
Yep. It's okay. Come on over here.
One
over
of the
here.
differences between
Let's let Abby
these-
talk for a second and we'll let you talk.
Because you ramble on, and I never.
Turn and face your viewers.
So a few of the difference is between the steel saw and the Husqvarna.
I can't wait to
saw
hear this.
Is that this is a Husqvarna and that is a steel. This is a 28-inch bar and that's a 20-inch bar. And
what else?
this is an MS 361 and I can't see it. But
This one is a 3.
Yeah. 372.
Yep.
X.
XP. That's right. 372 XP. What do you want to do? You want to cross your legs like a lady on the show? Madame.
Oh, Dad.
Come on over here, Riley.
Oh, Dad.
And that's why we wear a hard hat, because we got the what?
Because if
Right, watch this. Ready? Exactly. And what's that going to do? It's going to keep you what?
say.
That's right.
And I
Come on over
never
here.
want to get sharp.
Well, that one's like white and orange, and this one's only orange.
Yeah. So, can I talk about some of the more distinct differences between these two saws for just a second? Because then, let's not pull the sheath off. All right?
Well,
I
Dad,
have that on here so you guys don't get cut. What's that?
People are not gonna see how sharp it is.
Right. We're not going to show that here now. We might do another video where we show these saws in action. So anyway, guys, so what we have here, guys, we have our Husky 372 and our Steel MS 361. Like Abigail pointed out, dressed with a 20-inch bar, dressed with a 28-inch bar. Now,
28-inch is probably used for this. 20-inch is probably used for the smaller logs that we have.
you got it exactly. This also has a this also has a bigger motor on it. This one has a 71cc two-stroke engine. This one has a 61cc two-stroke engine. Okay.
Dad.
Now,
People, you do never
oh, let's get you all fixed up here.
to touch one of those. It is at
Well, what, right here?
Yeah.
These are called your dogs. See, you set these into the wood, and then you help rock the saw back and forth once your dog is set.
Oh,
Yep. We'll get it.
doggy.
Yes, rough doggy. So the reason I brought both of these saws out is because even though somebody may say, well, you're going to need a chainsaw for cutting a tree down. Well, you have all different types of chainsaws, okay? You have a homeowner grade, you have a mid-grade, okay? And then you have your pro grade. Now, inside those different grades, you have different size.
I would say that's the lowest grade.
No.
This is probably a middle grade.
No, and I'm going to tell you why that's not true. That's not a true statement. Both of these are pro grade saws, okay? This one, well,
That one's shorter.
the motors are built. Yep, well, hold
It
on.
doesn't matter if it's shorter or not. They still are saws and they can still cut things that are.
Well, that's
like-
right. But
Yeah.
can I explain some of the differences for just a second? Okay. So in your different groups of saws, you have homeowner / residential, then a higher grade, which would be say like your farm type grade, okay? A farm boss or a rancher, okay? Then you get up into what's known as your pro grade saws, which are for heavy use day in and day out, okay? The motors are built differently. They're more robust, different components, different grade components, okay? But within those three different groups, residential, farm and ranch, and pro grade, okay, you have different size saws. Now, both of these are pro grade saws, okay? So for example, this particular saw here, let's say I had to take this saw apart. Let's say the motor blew on it, okay? I had to take this saw apart. I could drop the case out and replace the motor itself, meaning the block and the piston and the crankshaft and so forth, relatively quickly because of how this is built and designed, as opposed to say a residential type saw where it might be built more for economy and there's a lot more that would go into taking it apart. Maybe in some cases it maybe really wasn't meant to be taken apart to be rebuilt. Maybe it might be what I don't like saying throwaway or disposable, but maybe that might be the case. There's also other things that are more inherent differences. Hold on a second. Hold on just a second. Nope, hold on just a second, please. These are... The suspense is killing me on this one too. Yes?
It's getting pretty chilly out.
It's getting chilly?
Yeah.
Do you want to run and go get a coat really quick?
No.
Okay.
I just want to have a shorter video, and so maybe in like 2 minutes we can wrap it up.
This is great. He's one of the ones that talks the most on the show.
Dad, we still have to share that.
Exactly. We're going to talk about that here in a second. All right, so let me finish talking for a second. So anyway, so some of the other inherent differences are the weight. These weigh less than maybe say some other saws, okay? This particular saw here, all right, I had a saw that was below this, a grade below this for quite a while. It was called the Steel MS290 Farm Boss. That Farm Boss actually weighed more with a smaller motor and a shorter bar than what this particular saw weighs with a larger displacement motor and a longer bar, okay?
Hey,
so just some
Dad,
differences. We're not going to get into saws right now, but anyway, so what I wanted, hold on a second. The whole reason that I wanted to have both these saws out here is that even though both of them are chainsaws and even though both of them are designed to cut wood, I would not use my MS361 on a log like this because my 372 has a larger, more robust motor, puts out more power, has a longer bar, and is built more for this type of cutting. I could, if I wanted to, change this 28-inch bar out, and I could run a 30 or a 32 or even up to a 36-inch bar. This saw, if you absolutely had to, could run a 36-inch bar. Would I do it all day long? No, I'd look for an even bigger saw, like say a Husqvarna, a 395 XP or a Steel MS 880 or something like that.
Dad,
What's that?
how about a 99?
We're going to get you some literature so you can sit and read about some saws.
372 XP.
That's right.
Dad, I think a 99 372 XP is a good one for like cutting like a ginormous tree.
A 395 XP. A 395 XP, you could run a very large bar on.
A 99.
Oh, you just want a 9? Oh, so you want a 372.99? What are you coming up, like a new model designation?
Yeah.
All right, we're going to put you to work for Husqvarna. All right, guys. So anyway, so we just want to talk a little bit today about some of the different types of saws, what you may or may not use them for, and what you more than likely definitely would not use them for, which is a big log like this. So we're going to have some fun later on here after we're done with the show, trying to process this log into smaller pieces and get it over to where we actually process our firewood. So,
Can I do my kindness act first? Because Riley keeps talking.
Dad,
yes.
you just forgot something.
What did I forget?
Our kindness act.
Right, I didn't forget. We're gonna jump right into it. Here, I want you to come right around here and sit next to your sister.
Dad, you didn't ask the question.
Ab, can I please sit right there?
Sorry.
That's okay. That's all right. Go ahead and sit. Ed, we're okay. So,
I want to do it first.
Riley,
go ahead.
Riley, Dad hasn't asked the question of the thingy.
Right. So how many people think that we would use a very large chainsaw for cutting this particular log?
I
It's
think
a
we should use
question.
this one, not that one.
Right.
This is longer.
You could use this, but even with it, even with this saw, we're going to have to make cuts and we're going to have to roll this thing. So we're going to have to be calculated in how we do this. This is big wood. It's heavy. We're probably also going to need some wedges. We're probably going to need some blocking.
Look,
What's that?
look. Your truck is a US owned 3, 4.
Yes, we do. We have a US DOT number on there. All right, let's turn around. So let's talk about, guys.
CT.
Yeah. So, guys, what week is this?
Okay.
Hold on, I'm coming around here now.
Thanksgiving.
Exactly. We're gonna have a Thanksgiving.
Of the people, that got sick on the Mayflower.
That's right. We're not going to talk about that right now. We're going to talk about that on Wednesday.
Yep.
This isn't going to be our Thanksgiving special here, guys. We're going to have a Thanksgiving special that we're going to do on Wednesday just before Thanksgiving. All right.
Yep.
But right now,
So my kindness act is for this week. So yesterday we, the 4 of us, went up to my dad's brother's house and for a Thanksgiving meal, because we're not going to see them on Thanksgiving because they're not going to be at our house for Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
So we want to celebrate Thanksgiving on 20th.
And what were you thankful for?
And I was thankful for the people.
What, were you thankful for our family? Were you thankful for your cousins?
Yes, and also I was one of the biggest ones there.
I was the biggest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was the biggest kid there.
Yep.
All right.
And I was also one of them too. I probably think I was like around the medium size. And
All right, well, I think we're getting off topic here just a little bit, okay?
Okay.
All right.
What's your kind of
Ramblin' Riley on the show. All right, Abigail, what's going on with you this week?
Yesterday morning, I baked.
Let's look at our viewers and let's stay focused.
Yesterday morning, I baked cookies, and they were chocolate with Reese's Pieces in them.
I didn't have any of those.
And they were
Maybe
really
today.
good and rich, and so I brought them to share and contribute something for the Thanksgiving, like the one I was talking about, where we went up to go see all our cousins.
Did you enjoy baking with Mom?
I didn't really bake with her. I mostly did it by myself.
I think it's fantastic.
Riley,
Riley?
stop it.
Right. Hey,
No, Riley,
No,
you don't have to.
hold on.
Just me. Stop it. I'm doing my kindness act.
Rye. We talk about what? We talk about sharing? Sharing is what? That's right. All right. So you have spotlight. Let's let Abigail spotlight. So, all right. So,
So,
yeah, that's all right.
I baked cookies
Guy's getting like
yesterday.
ants in his pants over here.
So I baked cookies yesterday to bring to my cousin's house for dessert.
Oh, I think that's great.
And they really liked it.
They did.
And I baked this last cookie, and it was so small because there wasn't enough batter to make a bigger one. And so that one was for my little cousin.
All right, awesome.
Yeah.
So listen, I'm going to share something quick, and then we're going to wrap the show up, okay?
Oh, and they're
Yeah, here,
we're
sit down
gonna
for a
have-
second.
We're gonna have another cousin in May next year.
Yeah, it's going to be fantastic. Listen, can you sit down for a second?
Dad?
Can I talk for a second?
Yes,
All right,
but
thank you.
I'm
You're freezing? So just give me 2 minutes, okay? And then we'll be all done. So guys, we got a great week coming up here this week. We got the week of Thanksgiving coming up, right? And I think, Laura and I were talking about things that we're grateful for, gratitude, things that we take for granted that we shouldn't. And I think this is a great week to kind of reflect on stuff like that. You know, we all take for granted that we have our families, we have our friends, we have our homes, we have our jobs, we have security, blah, 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 blah.
Dad,
No,
not
but-
nice word.
I didn't say anything wrong.
Yes, you did.
But, okay.
You don't want us to.
Riley, can I talk, please? Thanks. But sometimes I think we take it for granted that we have some of those things, and they're just always there and they're just understood and so forth. And what would happen if we didn't have them? So I think it's a great week to think about that stuff, and maybe take a look around at what we all have going on, and maybe be a little bit more thankful and a little bit more grateful for some of the most simple of things that we have in our lives. So I just wanted to share that. That's my thoughts. But guys, stick around on Wednesday. We're going to have a Thanksgiving special, which won't be as long as today's show with all this stuff here, but I think it'll be great. So who wants to wrap this up? You guys, go ahead. Go ahead.
Be kind, love others.
So antsy to wrap it up, and now he's stuck for words.
Be kind, love others. Happy Thanksgiving, and well, have a
Are you sure? Get stuck for words. That's right. Guys, thanks so much for sticking around here today. Hopefully you enjoyed the show. Like I said, Wednesday we're going to have a Thanksgiving special coming, and hope you stick around for that. And we'll see you guys in a couple days, right? You guys have a wonderful Sunday with your families and your friends. Enjoy some of this last of beautiful fall weather. Take care, all right? Be kind, friends.